All right, she is bagged, coated with about 2 gallons of Citristrip, and to close the back door because the wind picked up a little bit today. Just went around it with the little trusty deck brush. It's like working out bubbles in laminate. It's pushing all the air out, let it seal up nice and tight and sit on there. I mean, I'm already seeing spots where it's like eating through the paint, so I'm pretty optimistic. So looks like about the only other thing to do for right now is put the brush down, grab a beer, and go enjoy your Saturday. Good morning. Next day, it's been bagged up overnight. Pulled the plastic back a little bit, and yeah, definitely works. So got a little scraper action here, pretty much pulling it right off. So spend an hour or so and get this unbagged and put my respirator on because this stuff stinks. And hopefully by later this morning we will have a white boat again. Check in then. Alright, quick update. It's working. It's not perfect, but glad I'm doing it because there are some spots that we need to address. Like there was some kind of shoddy repair done down there, so get into that. I did see a couple patches, a couple things like here. It looks like probably through holes that were capped off. No big deal there, but no, worth doing. Probably easier ways, but it softened it up pretty well. This is about 45 minutes worth of work. Got almost the entire bottom off one side, and just started on the hull sides a little bit. Scrapes right off. So shall keep at it and see how we end up. All right, quick update. Been sanding most of the day. This is the side that I have finished. You can see there was definitely a repair of some sort. It's not major. There's glass here, there, and a little bit down there, but they just, you know, ran resin on everything, and I didn't bother to sand through all the resin yet. I will get to that. This is the side after scraping. I got the little 4-inch blade scraper there, the 2-handle one. So this shows kind of what the how much it got off just with the paint stripper and a little bit of elbow grease. Probably took an hour to scrape that much off. I'd say it's probably half of the paint that was on there. Really softened up the bottom paint. So if you've ever sanded that stuff, you know it's nasty. So I turned the fans off for a minute so I could record this, give my compressor a break over there. But yeah, I got the big fan there. So it's just been good old 40 grit and a little elbow grease, and once I get it down close, I'm not gonna, you know, you can see I definitely left some paint on there. I didn't want to go all the way down in there. I'll switch to a lighter grit once I get the bulk of it off, but yeah, aren't you jealous? I bet you are. All right, quick dusty update. We have a white boat, mostly white boat. Most of this paint's off on this side. Still, of course, have a bunch to get off, but not a lot. But a bunch. But not a lot. You know what I mean. Bottom paint is 99% gone. So, it's good. Flip this last fan off. It's been blowing. Got my bunny suit going today. Got a little bit better look at some of these patches. Looks like, you know, someone just put some epoxy on there to seal up a lot, so that's a little harder to grind off than the real soft bottom paint. The Citristrip did not touch that epoxy, of course, which is good because if it ate into that or the poly, then we'd have trouble putting it on. But so anyways, yeah, rambling, but that's where we're at. We keep sanding. It's Monday, so I was working my real job today, but decided to spend a little bit of time on my lunch break and then after work to finish this off. So hopefully one more, I don't know, a couple hours of sanding, I'll have the rest of this side paint off. And I just gotta tackle the transom paint real quick. I am gonna leave the outer skin and build that up. Keep that factory look that these sea hunters are kind of known for with that bump out. So that's where we stand now. Dinner's on the table, so I'm heading in. Have a good night, guys. All right, real quick update. Started getting some of this epoxy and all off the bottom. All of that huge, 18 by 24 inch patch was to fill 1 through hole and then 2 through holes. So good, nothing major there. A little overkill on the patch, and that's fine with me. I don't think anybody's ever said, wow, I'm glad you put such a crappy little tiny patch on that. But here is the issue. We have some stringer delamination, and that's what that patch was. That was the one I was worried about, and that is the one that had me flip the hull over, because I had a feeling from looking on the top side there was some delam on there. Obviously there was a big patch on here, as you saw in the previous video, so finished sanding that off, but not the end of the world. This is the inside of the stringer, and you can see spider cracking here where the outside of the stringer was. So delammed a little, did a little flexing, and flexed a little harder. So since we had the boat upside down, we will go ahead and get this cleaned out, opened up, and we'll fix it right. So stay tuned. Well, good morning. We are back in the shop this morning before the real job starts. Quick update on the bottom paint and side paint removal here on the Aquasport. We have 99% of it off the bottom. The hull sides added a little bit more paint stripper on there yesterday. It was a couple spots that got a pretty light. You can see where it didn't get on too heavy, it was on pretty light, and of course where it was on thick, the paint just scrapes right off, but you don't get much on there, it doesn't do a ton. So put a little more on last night. You can see what this paint does if you goop it on there thick. So got the Home Depot scraper here, and it literally just wipes right off. So if you want to do this yourself, just remember put it on there a little thicker than you'd think. The thin little amounts, like you see, you put it on there real thin, it just, it'll come off, but you're literally just working it a lot harder, and you end up doing a lot more sanding. So extra 25 bucks worth of paint scraper saved me about an hour or two of sanding, and probably $10 worth of sanding discs. So do the math yourself and decide where you'd rather spend your money. So anyways, we're gonna get the rest of this off today, and then we'll go back to patching some of these spots and getting them all cleaned up and ready for fresh new coating. Still haven't 100% confirmed if I'm doing paint or gel coat to go over. I'm really thinking gel coat, just because the boat will stay in the water at times for a week or so at a time. I've got access to a dock with some mooring whips, and I really don't want to put a really nice paint job on there just for it to start blistering after sitting in the water for 5 or 6 days. So anyways, enough rambling, back to scraping. Hey all, welcome back to the shop. Real quick video. It is December 26th, day after Christmas. So hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. Have not been on the boat much with the holidays and everything coming up. But I jumped back in for a few minutes today and finished sanding the last of the paint off of the boat. So she is completely stripped down. We have, I can't say completely, there's a couple little spots under here, but we'll get to all that when we flip her back over. But actually going out of town here in a day or so for New Year's, so still not going to be much work, but when I get back, pick up some vinyl ester and get those gouges patched up, and then a couple of little scratches and gouges and all the other things. Fill that through hole back in the rest of the way, and get something on it and get it ready to flip over and start the rest. So that is all. Happy New Year to everybody, and we will check back in soon.